Welcome back to my channel. Dear viewers, let us talk about the topic which is New Education Policy 2020 which has recently come up. Now, change is inevitable in life. So is the in the education policies as well. So from previous year or previously whatever educational policy according to the education policy which was incorporated in 1986 and again further modified in 1992, we have 10 plus 2 system that we are following currently. So 10 plus 2, here we can see that in 10 plus 2, the child will be going to school at the age of 5 years. So after he enters into the schooling, he will complete 10 years of schooling and then he will go to the intermediate level which is plus 2. So whenever it is CBSE curriculum, we say that it is plus 2, and whenever it is state curriculums, generally we have intermediate. So this is the existing system that we are following right now. Now, New Education Policy 2020, what are the changes, what it wanted to bring? Let us see now. Now, this 10 plus 2 has been broken down further, and now the new system follows 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. What is this 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4? Let us try to understand in detail. Now, here the child, instead of going to school at the age of 5 years, like in the previous case, that is in the current scenario, the child is going to schooling at the age of 5 years only. But now the child will be taken into the schooling at the age of 3 years only. That is preschool or the Anganwadi. So here he will be completing preschool and also class 1 and 2. After which the next 3, that is called as preparatory school. In this we are going to see class 3, 4 and 5, where the child will be trained in different subjects, basic subjects such as mathematics, science, that is EVS, and languages basically. Now after that he will be entering into the middle school. So 6th, 7th and 8th grades, these three grades are considered to be middle school now onwards. Now after middle school, after 8th grade is over, ninth, 10th, instead of having ninth and 10th and separately having intermediate 11th and 12th, now we have 9, 10, 11, 12, that is 4 levels under the category of secondary schooling. So we will understand that the child will be totally following this curriculum, and as the changes will take some time to implement, so the government has taken one initiative. It has brought up this policy now, but immediately it will not be affected. Generally any change cannot happen suddenly, it will not happen overnight. See, all these implementations throughout the country cannot happen because we have so many challenges. India has got so many challenges, and we have different rural areas and urban areas. So everything has to be kept in mind when we are implementing this policy. So the government has to play a major role, and it has to segregate things, or it has to divide and form different committees so that the implementation of the policy will be taken in advance. That is, it will be implemented in a very quick manner. So the government will take all such kind of things, but what is the child getting, or how is it affecting the students? Because students, when they hear that there is some new education policy, they start getting worried. Okay, is it going to affect my schooling? Suppose a child is in 9th or 10th right now, so the child will be more bothered to know about this policy, since he will be entering into the board exams. Right now we have the board exam only at 10th level, so whether it is state or whether it is by central. So the children who are in this stage, that is ninth and 10th, will have some curiosity or will develop some panic when they are hearing about some new policies that are coming up, or the government is taking some new initiative. So they will be trying to see how, in what way it will affect them. So now let us discuss from the point of from the student point of view. So let us discuss from the student point of view, what are the changes and and when can it happen? Is it going to be implemented right now, or it will take some time, and what all things, let us see now. Now here we have clearly said that in 1986 actually the policy has taken some kind of reformation, but later it was modified. That means 1992 onwards only it was implemented, which means what, it almost took 6 years for them to start implementing. So here also we can say now in 2020 when they have tried to put it across to us, that is they have declared it, it will not be affected immediately from 2021 or 21-22. The next academic 2-3 years will definitely will not be affected as per my knowledge, because it will take some time from the ground level. The initiative should start, and it is not very easy to change something. See, this system what we are currently following, we are following from many years now. All of a sudden it is very difficult for everyone to take it, understand it, and then implement it immediately. So it will definitely say take some time for the implementation, maybe by 2025, that in another 5 years maximum. I am thinking that in 2025, or if you take it 2020 2030, like in another 5 to 6 years, maybe the policy will be starting the shape, taking its shape, like actual implementation will start taking place at that time. But immediately it is difficult for the government to immediately put it across and implement for the current batches which are running. So the current batch people need not get panic and worried, because now anyway we have got lockdown and all these COVID-19 is affecting even the education system also. So everything is going online. So obviously it will take some time for them to segregate it and settle down. Now coming to the next, after secondary school, what do the children generally do? They either go for engineering, or they go for medicine, or they have different careers like degree. So they have different options. They are all called as undergraduate courses. So here also we have an undergraduate course which may be from 3 to 4 years. Now here there is a difference. Earlier, now if the child has taken some course, suppose after the secondary schooling, that is after plus 1 and plus 2, if the child doesn't like that subject, he is not interested in, so he doesn't have any scope to go to the next one. So after, suppose he has taken BSc after the intermediate, so he is into science stream, but the child after 1 year feels that he is not able to manage it, or he lacks interest in the subject, by force he has taken or something like that, he wants to change his mind after the completion of 1 year. Then now in the current system we do not have any such facility. So now the next, that is the new education policy, according to the 2020 policy, the child has got that scope, that is after the first year he can go for the next course, that is whichever he is interested in. So then you may have a doubt, like if he has studied for 1 year, that 1 year is waste. No, he will be provided with one certificate. Suppose immediately after the first year, if the child wants to change the stream or subject or whatever, so the child will be considered there for the certification. So 1 year certification will be given to it. It will be recorded, whatever the child has studied, it will be recorded. And from now most of the things are going to be digital, so they are going to record it digitally. So there will be a proper committee formed to take the examination, and it will become a centralized also. Like it is said that it is better to take a centralized one. Now after first year he will get a certificate. Suppose after 2 years he drops, like he doesn't want to go study further in that particular stream, then he will be getting a diploma. So after 3 years again he will be able to eligible. So like that every stage he has. But if he is completing successfully 4 years, then he will be awarded that particular degree and all. And one more thing here is very important is he will be trained skillfully. That is what it is emphasizing on. The child will be learning all the skills that are required. So you can say that, see, whenever you are going after your degree or PG right now, Suppose you are applying for a position, you are in a company, they simply ask, are you a fresher, do you have any experience and all. So obviously we know that experienced people they will be preferring, but freshers also they will be preferring based on the college or whatever course you have taken and all. But the freshers initially they start feeling very nervous when they start facing the interview, saying that because I don't have any experience. So here in this, according to this policy, that problem will not be there because he will be trained. That means what, the child is gaining the experience also. So a fresher with experience, you can say. So that is how this has been modified, and it is a very welcoming and promising change that is going to happen if properly implemented. Anything can become successful just not by, if the government is taking the initiative, it is not enough, but the stakeholders, other people like parents, students, organizations, everyone has to support the policy, and they have to try to their level best so that the policy will be implemented in a very smooth manner. So this is about your NEP 2020, that is National New Education Policy 2020. Now also we can say that here when we are taking in 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, right now we have only at 10th level and 12th level board exams. But when this policy will be implemented in future very promptly, that time the child will be tested in the school at 3 levels by a proper authorized exam center. That means what, he will be tested at in the level 3, that means in third class he will be tested, and even in fifth class he will be tested, and also even in the eighth class he will be tested. So the child will be tested 3 times before he reaches the board exam, that is 10th grade. Also in 10th grade now you have 5 core subjects and you have to attempt and all, and you have practicals and all. But now from ninth only the child can choose some of the subjects so which he is interested in, and also some of the subjects will have a scope of testing in multiple questions, that is MCQs, that is objective and descriptive. So there will be a reformation in such a way that some subjects the child can opt, and some subjects they are going to give into two parts, that is objective and subjective. So he or she, the child can choose whatever he wants to. So this is how the new education policy has been showing some promising and interesting facts. Now I think it is right time, and this is the age for the next gen, we can say, because now people are very smart, the younger generations are very bubbly, and they are always looking out for challenges. So this education system, I think it will be helping and reaching out many of the next generations, future generations, and future citizens of India, because they will be more skillful compared to the previous, because the exposure is more now. See, when you compare the 80s and 90s, that time we never had computers or whatever, the so many resources were not available, and so much of technology was not developed. See, still it is developing, but in the next coming it will be very rapid what do you say, growth. The when you compare to last decade, last 2 3 decades, and the coming 2 3 decades which will be when you try to compare, you will find that it will be very rapid, the changes will be so rapid. Now you will see that today there is one kind of mobile available, and tomorrow just within 24 hours there is some improvisation happening, some kind of new experimentation is going on. Students are more well versed with the technology, even at the age of very pre-primary also they know how to operate mobiles and how to go on and everything. So this is how the generation is moving so fast. So keeping all these in the mind, the new education policy has been designed so that all the skills that are required for the child, by the child, for the next generation, they will be able to gain it in the school level itself. So students need not get panic, the changes will not happen overnight. So 1 or 2 years it will be same, But if the government tries to put so many committees in so fast way and the changes happen, they are trying to do it in a war footage, then maybe. But whatever, it will be informed to the students prior itself, and whatever changes because of the COVID-19, all these effects and all, it will take some time is what is my guess, because it might take, they have just put it now on the paper. Now people are trying to read it, understand it, and trying to digest it. They are trying to compare, contrast, what are the pros, what are the cons. Yeah, definitely any change or any kind of new policy that has been incorporated, it will be like a testing. So first few years they will try to test it, and then they will try to check where the gap is occurring and how is it going on and all. Then only they will try to further take into the wider group, that is the into the community. So obviously the textbooks may be redesigned, there might be some changes that we can see in the textbooks, and also the technology wise also when we are saying, so the progress card that we are following right now, that also will be changed, means they are going ahead with 360 degrees all round development of the or holistic development of the child, and everything will be recorded. Unlike now we are recording few columns only, unlike this it will be recorded in 360 degrees. That means the overall performance of the child, and not only just the academic performance, how the child is connecting emotionally to others and all these things, and evaluation or the assessment pattern also. Now we are going ahead with summative, but next they are promising that it will be a semester. All this will be tested only, it is there on the paper. After 1 or 2 years after it starts get implementing, then only we will understand what are the benefits of it and what are. But as of now we can see that there will be more benefits, because they are trying to give more liberty, they are trying to cut down on the syllabus rather than loading them with syllabus. They are trying to see that the child becomes skillful, the child becomes skillful. So this is how the new education policy has been done. And in the 360 degrees report card also, the child will be his affective domain, and then psychomotor domain, not only the cognitive, these all will be kept in mind, and a new form is, everything will be new. But it will not open, it will not happen overnight, and there will be so many committees. There will be parents who will be considered, students opinion will be considered, and then they are going to consider even the board based members and everything. They will make one different committees, they will try to work on different things, ensuring that whatever they have quoted in the policy, it will reach really even to the rural areas. Okay, that is very very important now. So let us hope with a positive note that everything goes on well, and it will take very less time for the implementation. I hope the video was little helpful to you all. So hope it was interesting as well. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you. See you all with a new video next time. Thank you.